In today's video, we explore fascinating stories of archaeological discoveries worldwide. Viewers will see archaeologists uncovering ancient artifacts and the public encountering forgotten wonders. Our goal is to highlight these extraordinary finds and their significance, so let's dive in. 12 Most Incredible Ancient Artifacts Finds. Farmer finds Bronze Age necklace in Poland. This remarkable necklace was discovered in January when the farmer's son, while working on their pasture, unearthed a piece of history. Initially found in two pieces, the necklace features a clean break, allowing for a complete reconstruction. Recognizing its significance, the landowner promptly handed it over to the local branch of the Provincial Office for the Protection of Monuments in Elk. The necklace is crafted from a single bronze rod with a circular cross-section, open at one end, resembling a torque. Decorated with a striking double groove pattern running along its length, this piece exemplifies the craftsmanship of the era. Experts at the Institute of Archaeology of the Nicholas Copernicus University in Taormina have dated the necklace to the Hallstatt Sea period, around 500 BC. During the Hallstatt Sea period, the region witnessed significant cultural transitions. This era marked the shift from the Masurian community group of the Lusatian culture to the emergence of the West Baltic Kurgan culture. The discovery of this necklace provides a tangible link to the people who lived during this transformative time, offering clues about their customs and adornments. Magdalena Kazica, an archaeology specialist at the Elk branch of the Voivodeship Office of Archaeology and Natural Resources, expressed excitement over the find. Magdalena Kazica: "No one has found a necklace dating back to this era in our area for a long time. We had a couple of axes from the search and some clasps, but younger ones, from the Roman period." Bronze Age hoard with rare anvil found in Wiltshire. The discovery began last February when a metal detectorist unearthed a tanged chisel. Recognizing the significance of the find, he immediately ceased digging and reported it to the Wiltshire Finds Liaison. This decision ensured that the hoard could be properly excavated and documented. Following the initial discovery, archaeologists excavated the site, recovering a variety of artifacts. Among the items found were fragments of copper alloy sheeting, a hacksaw blade, and a looped palstave axe. Additionally, researchers uncovered fragments of at least two decorated copper alloy vessels and a small copper alloy bar, likely part of a handle for a chisel or other tools. One of the standout pieces of this hoard is the small, silver-colored anvil. This rare artifact suggests that the owner was not just any metalworker, but potentially a goldsmith, specializing in fine metalwork rather than a blacksmith. The presence of a pouring basin with sprues indicates that the craftsman was involved in creating intricate metal objects, showcasing a high level of skill and artistry. Interestingly, the excavation also revealed organic and charred materials preserved in the dense soil, offering further insights into the practices and daily life of Bronze Age metalworkers. These remnants could provide valuable information about the materials and techniques used in ancient metalworking. The Wiltshire Museum is eager to acquire this significant hoard. The artifacts will not only enhance their collection but also provide a deeper understanding of the region's Bronze Age history and craftsmanship. London's first Roman basilica found under office basement. A team from the Museum of London Archaeology, also known as MOLA, was engaged to excavate the basement of 85 Grasachich Street ahead of a planned redevelopment. Previous archaeological evidence suggested the basilica was located in this area, but its exact position remained a mystery. Given the extensive construction over the centuries, many believed the chances of discovering any remnants were slim. Built just a few decades after the Roman conquest of Britain, the basilica served as the main civic building in Londinium. It was a hub for administrative, judicial, and commercial activities, more than 2 stories high. Facing an open courtyard used for markets, public festivals, and major announcements. This was the heart of Roman London. MOLA began their investigation by digging small test pits, hoping to locate foundations or walls. To their astonishment, they uncovered massive foundations and wall bases made of flint, stone, and tile. Some sections measure over 30 feet long and 13 feet high, far exceeding their expectations. what makes this discovery particularly exciting is that these foundations are believed to be part of the tribunal area of the basilica. Here, magistrates and political leaders would have gathered to make significant decisions that shaped the governance of London and beyond. Imagine standing where important figures deliberated 2,000 years ago. Sophie Jackson, the director of development at MOLA, emphasized the significance of this discovery. Sophie Jackson, this is one of the most significant discoveries made in the city in recent years. The preservation levels of the basilica have far exceeded our expectations, and we have possibly the most important part of the building. We've only just scratched the surface of this site's potential. The archaeological remains will remain in situ, with developers Heralds Properties planning to integrate them into the new 85 Grasachich Street. They aim to create an exhibition and event space in collaboration with the London Museum. Once their plans are approved, MOLA will conduct a full excavation of the site, revealing even more about this ancient basilica. Silla Crown Prince's Palace, stone flush toilet found. According to the 12th century chronicle Samguk Sagi, King Munmu of Silla constructed Donggung in 679 AD, but the precise location had remained a mystery until now. Archaeologists initially believed the palace was located to the west of Wiltshire, an artificial pond associated with the palace complex. However, a comprehensive excavation that began in 2022 revealed something unexpected. Upon excavating the eastern side of the pond, researchers uncovered the remains of a large building that features a sophisticated flush toilet system, dating back to the unified Silla period, 668 to 935 AD. This find is particularly significant as it marks the first flushable toilet system identified at the site. Showcasing the advanced engineering and hygiene practices of the Silla dynasty, the scale and elevation of this building distinguish it from the main royal palace and its extensions. Its size, strategic proximity to the king's palace, and high-end amenities signal that this was indeed the crown prince's residence. This discovery provides invaluable insights into the living conditions and lifestyle of Silla royalty. Since excavations began in 2014, many notable artifacts have been unearthed, including a stunning fragment of pure gold leaf intricately engraved with birds and flowers. Another remarkable find predating the Silla kingdom is a lacquered wood box containing a beautifully preserved necklace of rock crystal. Researchers believe that this lacquered box may have been a high-status offering used in a religious or ceremonial context. Kim Jiang-yeol from the Gyeongju National Research Institute of Cultural Heritage noted, Kim Jiang-yeol, the necklace was discovered with its original string still intact, and it is surprisingly well preserved. Evidence of burn marks in the surrounding area suggests that this ritual site was intentionally set on fire after ceremonies, a practice linked to ancient purification rites. Fourth C. Gold and purple shroud goes on display. In 2020, archaeologists excavated a Paleo-Christian necropolis in Autun, revealing more than 230 burials spanning from the early 3rd century to the late 5th century AD. Among these graves were some of the city's earliest Christians, converted in the late 2nd century. Ancient sources indicate that this necropolis was the final resting place for the first bishops of Autun, but it also contained burials of the city's elite, showcasing a blend of Christian and high-status pagan artifacts. The most notable find was a large textile woven with gold threads and purple fabric, discovered in a lead coffin designated as Grave 47. Although the bones had decomposed, the textile remains covered the entire length of the coffin, revealing its luxurious craftsmanship. This exquisite piece of fabric measures approximately 5 by 10 feet and likely served as a tunic or shroud, completely enveloping the deceased. To ensure the preservation of this delicate artifact, the textile was excavated in 4 carefully managed clods of soil, each measuring about 10 by 10 inches. These clods were refrigerated to prevent mold and degradation, followed by CT scanning to map out the textile structure. After a year of gradual drying, the painstaking process of extraction began, taking another full year to recover the fragments from the first clod alone. The gold fabric is one of the largest antique textiles ever discovered. It's composed of threads made by winding gold strips around a textile core. Despite significant degradation, the remaining gold threads exhibit remarkable precision, with some measuring an astonishing 100 threads per centimeter, about 100 microns in diameter. The intricate curvilinear patterns suggest the use of a tapestry technique, integrating gold threads into the purple fabric, likely depicting plant and floral themes. Now, the gold and purple textile of Autun is on display in its entirety for the first time at the Musée du Quai Branly. The exhibit, titled By the Thread of Gold, The Art of Dressing from the Orient to the Rising Sun, runs through July 6, 2025. This is a unique opportunity to witness a piece of history that reflects the artistry and cultural significance of the early Christian period. Bronze beverage filter from late antiquity found in Turkey. The bronze filter was found during the latest excavation season and is part of a layer that dates back to late antiquity. Measuring 3.2 inches in length, the filter features a slim conical shape adorned with numerous small perforations, indicating its specialized function in beverage preparation. This unique object was designed for use with a long straw made from the hollow stalk of plants like reeds or canes. The filter would be attached to the end of the straw, allowing the user to draw liquid through the cone's perforations, effectively filtering out any unwanted particles. This method of drinking was especially important in communal settings, where large bowls of beverages would be shared among friends and family. Imagine a vibrant gathering in 5th century Hadrianopolis, with bowls brimming with various beverages, juices, wines, and other fermented drinks, placed in the center of the group. Participants would use natural straws, sometimes up to 3 feet long, to quench their thirst. This communal drinking culture highlights the social aspects of dining and celebration in ancient times. Archaeologists have discovered that Hadrianopolis was a hub of agricultural activity during this period. Evidence suggests that locals cultivated a diverse array of crops, including pears, apples, pomegranates, grapes, barley, wheat, and bitter vetch. This bounty not only supported daily sustenance but also contributed to the production of a wide variety of beverages. Dr. Silikbas, an archaeology professor at Karabakh University, emphasized the significance of this discovery. Dr. Silikbas: the discovery of such utensils confirms that the inhabitants of Hadrianopolis not only had access to a wide variety of agricultural products but also developed technologies that allowed them to enjoy these in a more sophisticated and healthier manner. School of Heralds facing Circus Maximus reopens. The Scola Praeconum was built during the Severan reconstruction, serving various purposes over its lengthy history until the early 6th century. Although its exact functions are still a matter of debate among historians, the building's architecture and its prominent location suggest an important role in the ceremonial life of ancient Rome. The remains of the Scola consist of a rectangular courtyard framed by a columned portico, though only one partial column survives today. Inside, 3 large vaulted rooms hint at the building's grandeur. Interestingly, during its construction, the Scola incorporated elements from a 1st century structure, including the earliest decorative wall paintings. Among the most captivating discoveries is a fresco dating to around 200 to 240 AD. It depicts life-sized figures standing within columned aedicule-like vaults, dressed in short tunics and holding staffs and flower wreaths. These figures likely served a ceremonial role, possibly as tricliniarii, attendants at lavish banquets. The Scola boasts a unique black and white mosaic from the early 4th century, illustrating a solemn procession of 8 men, 2 groups of 4. Dressed in short tunics and shoes, these figures hold caduceuses and vexilla, symbols associated with Mercury, the herald of the gods. Their attire and accessories suggest they were heralds, proclaiming announcements and celebrating victories at the nearby Circus Maximus. The interpretation of these figures has sparked debate among scholars. Some view them as heralds, praecones, while others suggest they might represent civil servants, apparitors, or even charioteers. What remains clear is the building's strong connection to the circus and its related events. Some theories even propose that the Scola may have included a 2nd floor used as an imperial grandstand for spectators to watch circus performances. With the recent restoration, the Scola Praeconum is now open to the public, allowing visitors to step back in time and explore this significant part of Rome's heritage. This reopening not only highlights the importance of the site but also enriches our understanding of the social and cultural dynamics of ancient Rome. Denmark's first Roman helmet found in weapons sacrifice. In November 2024, archaeologists announced the discovery of an extensive weapons sacrifice that included an astonishing array of artifacts: 119 spears and lances, 8 swords, 5 knives, 3 arrowheads, an axe, and even a horse bridle, among other items. This unique site offers a rare glimpse into the practices of Iron Age warriors. Among the multitude of artifacts, 2 iron plates, each roughly the size of a palm, were initially encrusted with rust, making their identification challenging. However, through advanced X-ray imaging, archaeologists discovered these plates to be components of a Roman helmet from the 4th century A.D. This makes it the oldest iron helmet ever found in Denmark. The helmet pieces consist of a cheek guard adorned with reverse S-shaped squiggles around its perimeter, and a neck guard. Unfortunately, the crown of the helmet remains undiscovered. The intricate design suggests that this helmet was not just a piece of armor but a symbol of status and identity among its wearers. The context of this discovery is equally compelling. Archaeologists believe that the helmet was likely broken into pieces for distribution among victorious warriors after a successful battle. The careful detachment of spearheads from their poles and sword blades from their hilts suggests these items were war spoils. Shared among the fighters on the winning side, Roman helmets are extremely rare in Scandinavia, with very few parallels found in the archaeological record. The only similar helmets have been discovered in northern Germany and Sweden. This makes the Hedensted helmet not only a remarkable find for Denmark but also a significant contribution to our understanding of Roman influence in the region. Excitingly, the helmet plates, along with a selection of other artifacts from the weapons sacrifice, will be on display at the Cultural Museum in Vejle starting Saturday, February 8. This exhibition will provide a unique opportunity for visitors to connect with this extraordinary piece of history. Oldest Baltic carvel ship found south of Stockholm. This extraordinary shipwreck was discovered in a site known for several wrecks, rumored since the 19th century to be Viking ships from a legendary battle involving Olaf the Holy, King of Norway. According to the Icelandic saga Tale of King Olaf, written by Snorri Sturluson in the 13th century, Olaf's stepfather, Sigurd Syr, defeated a Viking chieftain named Sot at Sotskar. Romantic writers later linked this battle to Sodertorn, fueling the belief that these wrecks were remnants of that clash. However, recent excavations revealed a different story. Maritime archaeologists from the Vrak Museum confirmed that the wreck dates back to the second half of the 15th century, making it the oldest carvel-built ship in the Baltic. This construction technique, which uses edge-to-edge planking, was a significant advancement over the earlier clinker technique, where planks overlap. The team conducted extensive analysis of the wooden samples, discovering that the ship likely predates the Danish royal warship Gribshunden, which was built in 1482. The largest wreck, known as Wreck 5, measures an impressive 108 feet long and 33 feet wide, with its oak hull remarkably well preserved. Initially, dendrochronological analysis of Wreck 5's wood samples failed, but further testing by experts at Lund University dated the ship to the 1480s, or possibly as early as the 1460s. Some repairs were made approximately 20 years later. The timber used for the construction was sourced from southern Sweden, specifically from Moor or Bleking. Håkan Altrock, the museum curator and project leader, remarked on the significance of this ship. Håkan Altrock, this ship represents a fascinating link between medieval and modern shipbuilding. It has the potential to provide us with valuable insights into an important period in Sweden's maritime history. The team at the Museum of Wrecks is not stopping here. They plan to complete their study of the maritime environment around Herringe and establish Wreck 5 as a separate research project. Funding will be sought for an excavation, which could unveil even more about the ship's history and its role in maritime innovation. 15th C coin hoard found in Scottish borders. Last November, metal detectorists Keith Young and Lisa Stevenson were scanning a field in the Capercleuch area near St. Mary's Loch when they struck gold, literally. They unearthed a hoard of over 30 coins, prompting them to report their find to the Treasure Trove Unit. The Treasure Trove Unit promptly sent archaeologists to investigate the site, and Keith and Lisa were given the opportunity to join the excavation. Their collaboration led to the discovery of 5 additional coins from the hoard, further enriching this remarkable find. The hoard consists of a fascinating mixture of Scots and English coins, including silver groats minted by King Henry V and King Edward IV, as well as gold dimmies and half-dimmies minted by Scottish kings James I and II. Anthony Lee from the Treasure Trove Unit stated, Anthony Lee, coin hoards containing a mix of both English and Scottish coins are not unusual, but we do not see many from this period in Scotland, so it's a fascinating find. This period in Scottish and English history was marked by turmoil. After the death of Henry V in 1422, England faced a series of challenges under the weak reign of Henry VI, leading to the loss of territories in France and the rise of rival factions that would escalate into the Wars of the Roses. Meanwhile, King James I of Scotland, held hostage in England, attempted to strengthen his rule but met resistance from the Scottish nobility. His assassination in 1437 led to further instability, with his son, James II, struggling against internal conflicts and external threats during his reign. Given the historical context, high-value currency from both Scotland and England would have been crucial for trade during this tumultuous time. Based on the dates of the coins, this hoard was likely buried in the 1460s, a period rife with conflict on both sides of the border. Currently, the coins are being assessed for market value by the Scottish Archaeological Finds Allocation Panel, or SAFAP. Once the value is determined, the finders will receive an ex gratia payment, while museums interested in acquiring the hoard will need to apply to SAFAP to raise the awarded amount. Last, longest Galloway hoard runic inscription translated. The Galloway hoard was unearthed in 2014, revealing a tantalizing collection of artifacts, including hack silver, arm rings, and exquisite ecclesiastical items. What makes this hoard particularly unique is the presence of actual names inscribed on some of its artifacts, written in Anglo-Saxon runic script, a rarity for arm rings typically inscribed with Scandinavian runes. Among the treasures, researchers found 5 arm ring inscriptions, with the first to be translated being the 5th one, deciphered by Dr. David Parsons in 2019. This inscription reads Egbrecht, the runic form of the Old English name Ekbort, suggesting a culturally English origin for the hoard, possibly linked to locals from Anglo-Saxon Northumbria. The remaining 4 inscriptions posed greater challenges. 3 were abbreviated, leading to multiple interpretations. For example, one bore the runes ED, which could signify EAD, riches, or the beginning of a name like Edward. Another with the runes TL might mean good or could be short for a name, while the third, inscribed with BR, likely indicates the start of a personal name, yet it was the longest runic inscription on the largest arm ring that presented the greatest mystery. Decorated with a unique Hiberno-Norse stamped design, this finished ring was unlike the others, which were made from uncompleted silver sheets. Dr. Parsons meticulously transliterated each rune, but the coherent message initially eluded him. The breakthrough came when Dr. Parsons examined the inscription under a microscope, noting the presence of puncts, dots that could denote abbreviations. This new perspective revealed possible word spacing in the inscription, Dis is igna f, eoh. This phrase can be read as this is the community's property. The term higna suggests a reference to a monastic community, aligning perfectly with the hoard's contents, which include a large pectoral cross and a lidded vessel. This interpretation implies that the hoard was not the treasure of a single individual, but rather a communal deposit. The Galloway hoard's inscriptions provide valuable insights into the social and cultural dynamics of the time. They highlight the interconnectedness of communities and the shared nature of wealth, particularly within monastic contexts during the Viking Age. 11th C. Coin hoard found in lead casing. The discovery was made by contractors from Oxford Cotswold Archaeology during pre-construction excavations at Sizewell C. As they dug at the intersection of two medieval boundary lines, they unearthed a tightly wrapped packet that turned out to contain 321 silver coins issued between 1036 and 1044. This strategic location suggests the person who buried the hoard chose it for ease of retrieval. The hoard was still encased in its lead sheeting, which had been bent around a textile object that has since decomposed. Once the hoard was removed to a laboratory, conservators carefully pried open the lead seam and excavated the coins, revealing a significant treasure trove from the 11th century. The hoard consists primarily of pennies, with 2 cut halfpence among them. While individually not of immense value, collectively, they represent a notable sum, enough to purchase approximately 16 cows based on prices recorded in legal codes from the period. This suggests that the coins likely belonged to a prosperous local farmer rather than a member of the elite. The coins were minted during the reigns of Harold I, Harefoot, Harthacnut, and Edward the Confessor. Most of the coins were issued by Harold I, with a significant number from Harthacnut and a smaller portion from Edward the Confessor. The latest coins date from the summer of 1042 to the end of 1044, a pivotal time in English history. This timing is crucial, as Edward the Confessor was the first ruler of the House of Wessex to reclaim the English throne after 25 years of Danish rule. Known for confiscating lands and exiling enemies in his early reign, Edward's actions likely prompted many to stash their wealth for safety. Coin hoards from this period have been found throughout England, reflecting widespread economic anxiety. Damien Layton, site delivery director at Sizewell C, described the find as extraordinary, stating, Damien Layton, "This project provides a rare and fascinating glimpse into Suffolk's rich history, deepening our understanding of this part of Britain." In partnership with Oxford Cotswold Archaeology, plans are underway to make these discoveries accessible to the public. This initiative aims to educate people about Suffolk's historical significance and the stories these coins can tell.
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.